starting in a crawling position. Try to find a neutral center. So lift and feel flat. So try to learn what neutral is by going to the two extremes. So inhale, moving into extension of the spine, belly drops, chin stretches forward, shoulders pull back, tailbone goes up. Exhale, press into the ground, suck the ribs in, tuck the chin into the chest, drive into the hands and knees. And then inhale, extension, back strong, the effort is along the sides of the spine. And then exhale, the effort is in the belly. Contract your abs, your abdominis rectus. And then inhale, your erector spinae along the sides of your spine. Exhale, your abdominis rectus. And just try 3 more rounds. Belly down, chin forward. Exhale, belly up. Back pushes towards the sky, knees drive into the floor. Inhale, belly down, ribs poke out, belly pokes out. Exhale, lift the belly, suck the ribs in. Now stay here in the strong cat. Curl into your toes, like so, and push your bum back towards your heels. Breathing just through your nose. And then just extend up and out to the legs, coming into downward facing dog. Trying to keep the front ribs in, the armpits up. And we're going to do a little gentle sun salutation, about as gentle as you can make it. So with your next exhale, come to your knees. And with your inhale, rise up on your knees. Sweep the arms up over the head, look up. Exhale, reach the arms forward, take the hips back. Inhale, coming into belly down, chest forward, chin out, cow pose. Exhale, coming into cat pose. Curling under those toes, taking those knees off the ground, extending back. Staying here, a few breaths. We're going to do that twice more. So on the exhale, drop to your knees. But on the inhale, rise up on your knees, arms up and over, till hands meet and touch. Exhale, hips back to heels, arms forward. Inhale into cow, crawling position with belly down, head lifted. Exhale into cat, curl the toes, extend the legs up and back into downward facing dog. Breathing just through the nose, slowly and deeply. Trying to get a nice weight down through the heels. Squeezing at those knees, trying to pull back with your knees, using your quads. And at that next exhale, come to your knees. Once more, rise up on your kneecaps, arms up and over till hands meet and touch. Exhale, hips back, arms forward, child's pose. Inhale to your crawling position for cow, belly down, tailbone up, chest forward. Exhale, pass through cat pose to get to your downward facing dog. Come way up under your tiptoes, pull the ribs as far up and in as you can like a down dog cat pose, and step your right foot all the way up to your hands. If it stops short, catch the foot, lift it, and carry it forward with the help of your hand. You can make a little more space by coming up onto your fingertips. Try to push that knee till it sits right over that heel. If you can go down into flatter palms, that's an option. Have your head reaching forward. Squeeze that left back knee up. If you want to put a little back and forth shift into it. And then allow that knee to drop. Relax that back foot into a natural point. And bring your hands up to your right thigh. And just let the weight of gravity help you sink and lower. Chest lifting and rising. Elbows down soft, shoulders low. Just a nice low lunge, Anjaneya. One more. Take the hands down. Curl the back toes, pull up that back knee so you're back into that lifted knee. Step back into your downward facing dog. Hips are eyes high. Feet are set equal. Hands are set equal. Head hangs down. front ribs are up and in. Hands are widely spread, palms are flat. Again, go way high in your tiptoes. Suck the front ribs up and in, pushing your back to the blue sky. Step that left foot forward to your hands to the best of your ability. Help it out if you need to. Come higher if you feel a little squashed, or lower if comfortable. And maybe add a little back and forth shifting. Neutral place for the head, strong back leg. Always allowing the breath to be smooth, equal, without force. Relax the back knee, relax the back foot to a nice point, and lift torso. A little help from the arms, but try to feel a little effort coming from your back, like cow pose, like extension. So your front ribs come out a little, your shoulders go back a little. Hands down, curl the back toes, lift the back knee. Still in that low lunge, but back the step to the top of the mat, even if it's a couple stepping actions, bringing the feet together equal, and inhale, look forward, even if hands establish themselves on shin bones. Exhale, tuck the head and fold. And just do that again. Inhale, even if hands are on shin bones, try to look forward, pull up the belly. Exhale, maybe hold on to the legs and squeeze it in. And again, inhale, look forward to whatever degree you can, whatever height you can get to. Exhale, fold. And then bend the knees deeply and slow. Once you're down, as low as you can go. Let the knees poke out, and then just let your torso fit inside the knees and drop your head. Letting the hips go down heavy towards the heels, the elbows towards the earth, the forehead, crown of the head towards the earth. Pulling the knees back in, coming back up into a forward fold. Separate your feet a little bit. Fold your forearms. Hang your elbows above your big toes and drop your head. And then just put a little sway into that, a little tick-tock side to side. Make the sway smooth and easy, not forced and not jerky. Just getting a nice cooperation going with the weight of gravity, the strength of your legs. And then slow it down to your back at the middle. Drop the arms. Wiggle the feet back together and step back your right foot. Take a little quarter turn to the right, so that brings you into a wide straddle. Angle your feet inward pointing. And set the hands to the floor and inhale, try to lift and lengthen. Look forward, lift up. And then exhale, fold. And now just come over towards just your right leg. Hold on to it and pull across. Even if you're higher, just try to turn your torso as much as possible towards your right leg. Then do another quarter turn again to the right. So your right foot turns out a quarter, your back foot turns in a little. Walk this right hand inside. Now you can always bring elbow up onto thigh, right? That's an option. Or hand down, left arm up. One, if you can, reach out, up and across so that chest has an openness. Deep and strong and low into that right knee bend. Two, strong through this left leg. Squeeze at that thigh. 3, 4, 5. Rotate down to where the right foot's positioned and take that quarter turn back to the center. Angle your toes in and fold, and then just pull yourself over towards your left leg. Let your head come towards your shin bone. Make sure the breath is out through the nose, in through the nose. The mouth is closed your whole yoga session. And then take that quarter turn to the left. Left toes turn out, right toes turn in a little more. You can bring elbow onto thigh, reach up that right arm, or keep the hand down low. Arms stack one over the other. You're trying to fit your upper body inside that left inner thigh as much as possible. Reach and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now turn down to that left foot and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank and stay here where you have your shoulders positioned over your wrist and hold. But you're holding with your belly coming up and your ribs on your back pushing towards the sky. The thighs squeeze, the knees are lifted. Exhale to your knees. Just let the knees come down right out of that plank. Look forward and take 3 half bent arm, narrow arm, elbow in, push up, down, push right back up. Halfway down, push right back up. Halfway down, push right back up. Now relax the feet to a point. Straighten the arms. Pull the chest through the arms. And now try to squeeze and lift the knees off the ground. Let the belly grow long and look upward. Upward facing dog. Let the knees relax down. Curl under the toes, start to pull the hips back, and then go up into your downward facing dog. Breathing with that intention to make your breath a point of focus, where you try to hold your mind. You try to invest in the here and now, what you're doing in this moment, feeling your way in, adjusting as you go. So let's do that again. Inhale forward to plank. Make the belly strong. Push the back towards the sky. Let the knees drop right out of that plank. Let the feet relax. Look forward and take 3 narrow arm push-ups. Down, right back up. Down, right back up. And then arms straight. Pull back the shoulders, poke the chest through. Take the knees off the ground through pointed feet. Squeeze the shoulders back. Try to feel a nice energy in the upper back that's strong. And let the knees relax down. Let the toes curl. Pull the hips back and come high with your hips, downward facing dog. Now let's try to invest that and put that into 2 sun salutation A's, but we're still going to drop the knees. So this is very beginner friendly. So walk it forward to the top of the mat and look forward towards the horizon, chin coming up. Exhale, crease the hips, drop the head, fold, belly lifts. Now make the legs strong and rise all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward at the hips, belly in, legs strong, hands come down. Look up, inhale, your knees could bend if you need them to. Walk it back, high plank. Strong push of the earth away. Drop the knees, lower halfway. Point the toes. Start to stretch the arms straight. Pull back the shoulders, send the chest forward, get the knees off the ground, upward facing dog. Let the knees drop, let the toes curl, let the hips rise, downward facing dog. 1. Stay. Building that nice push with your arms. So push, push, push that ground away. 3. And squeeze back through these knees. Lift up through these ribs. 4. 5. And just walk it forward to the top of the mat. Put the feet equal and inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop the head and fold as far as you can go with it, and rise all the way back up to tall standing, arms overhead. Exhale, folding at the hips all the way back down. Hands could rest here if you need that modification. Look up, inhale. Hands down, walk it back. Strong right here. Then let the knees drop and lower halfway. Knees are down. Point the toes. Start to stretch the arms straight and start to take the knees off the ground through pointed feet. Try to move the chest forward and look up. Let the knees drop down, the toes curl, and move back in a downward facing dog. 1. Make sure the head is in a nice relaxed hang position. 2. 3. 4. 5. Step that right foot forward towards your hands. If it comes up a little short, you can wiggle this back foot back. And bring your hands to your right thigh and lift. Use the arms as a little support and stabilizing. But feel like you're facing straight ahead. Make this back leg as strong and long as you can by reaching through the heel and squeezing through the knee. 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Step to plank, strong at your center. Let the knees drop. Bend the arms halfway, nice right angle, elbow bend, pointed toes, arms straight, knees come off the ground, toes are pointed, chest forward, look up. Knees drop, toes curl, hips rise high. Step your left foot forward. You can always wiggle the back foot back. Hands to left thigh and lift your torso. Try to get your hips and your shoulders in a nice stack, one over the other position. You don't have to jam with your arms. Just try to feel sort of a scooping forward through belly, upward through chest. Drive up that right knee by pulling back to that right heel. 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Step to your strong right in the center of your body. Strong center plank. Let the knees drop. Look forward. Elbows in and back. Arms straightening, knees coming off the ground, upward facing dog. Knees dropping, toes curling, hips rising high, downward facing dog. 1. Elbows squeeze in, shoulders twist out. 2, 3, 4. Again, just as far as you can step, as strong as you can be, right foot forward. This time, a little more balance work. See if you can lift the arms up by the ears and look up a bit. Strong back leg. 1. Maybe even lace the hands together if you think that'll help for today. Or keep them separated or have them together without fingers laced. 2, 3. If you can't be that far back, you might be leaning forward a little, and that's okay. 4, 5. Bring the hands down slowly enough. High plank. Let the knees drop. Bend your elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Knees can drop to transition, downward facing. Left foot forward. See if you can stay steady enough with your own balance and strength and rise. Hands maybe together, arms squeezed in by the ears. Look up if comfortable and possible. 1. Try to keep lifting this back knee. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands down, strong right at your center, plank. Look forward, drop knees, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, knees off the ground. They're close to the ground, but they're off. Knees drop, curl, down dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down to your knees. Come right up onto your kneecaps. So thighs straight, vertical, nice stack, hip over knee. Step your right leg out. Point your toes, squeeze through this right knee, squeeze through the glutes a little bit to try to keep this flat front. Inhale your left arm up. grabbing it by the ear, and reach over to that long right leg. You can have the hand on shin bone or thigh, just not on your kneecap, or brace from the inside of the leg so that you try to turn up to the sky a little more. 2, 3, long side body, opening the obliques. 4, 5, coming up with an inhale, stepping into right knee, stepping out left leg, pointed toes, strong leg, right arm up, looking and lifting upward as you bend sideways. Still looking and lifting upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to center, back into both knees. Take it to tabletop. Inhale a nice cow, belly down, chest forward. Exhale a nice cat pose. Curl under the toes. Come in a downward facing dog. And just lift your right leg up to whatever comfort level doesn't alter your breathing, but does deepen the stretch on your left leg, to whatever height or position that might be. Step this right foot forward, so nice and slowly. Try to really tuck this knee way up into your ribs and chest and step that foot forward. Let the back foot come in a little, and that back foot's going to turn out. Shorter stance, a little easier. Longer stance, a little harder. Hands can come at the shin bone and look forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Hands can stay on the shin bone, or maybe they found their way down, or maybe they're just hanging. Legs as straight as you can, trying to drive this right hip back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start to bend this right knee and step back to your downward facing dog, making the feet equal. And letting that left leg lift to whatever height you're comfortable with, wherever it feels best suited. Arms squeeze in, a few breaths through the nose. And then think like cat. Come onto those tiptoes, suck the front ribs up. Try to really tuck this knee into your chest and step that foot forward. And let that back foot turn out and heel drop. Shorter stance if you need it. Hands on shin bone if you need it. Look up, inhale. And fold, exhale, driving that left hip back. Legs firm, strong at the upper thighs. Try to loosen the grip of your toes. Peek at your feet for arches. 2, keep a nice center up. 3, 4, 5. Instead of stepping back, take this little quarter turn off to your right and wiggle your feet in closer together till they're about 2 feet wide. So 1 foot, 2 foot. Turn the feet out and squat down as low and deep as you can go. Bring your elbows to your knees. Now, if this is your best version where your elbows are going to sit up higher, that's okay. If you can go to a deeper version, bring it down. Try to press palm into palm. Pull the chest forward. Try to get the head into a level position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the hips rise. Let the head drop. Turn your feet in and widen your straddle just a smidge. Bring the arms up. Lace the hands together. Inhale. Squeeze the chest forward and out by pulling these arms back and up. Exhale, head down, loosely hanging, arms over. 1. Even if your arms are here. Now you could put a towel between your 2 hands and your arms will usually go further, so use what you need to. But try to squeeze the arms out and over. 3, 4, 5. Bring the hands to the hips first. Take a little bend in the knees and start to rotate back to what's the front and come into your down dog. 1, 2, 3. Come down to your knees for a little hip stretch. So you're in tabletop like we began. Taking your left leg straight back like a plank. Keep the belly lifting and supporting. Take this plank left leg way off to the right so it crosses. Then push back and now look over your right shoulder. Try to keep this left knee squeezing. Should bring a bit of a stretch into this right glute and side body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squaring off, coming back to your tabletop. Take that right leg back like a plank. Take that right foot off and over to the left. And then look over your left shoulder. Keep this right knee up, squeezing strong. Bending this side body, side waist out. 2. Driving this left hip back. 3, 4, 5. Coming back around to your tabletop. And inhale, cow. Exhale, push the earth away. Pull up your center like a big beach ball is going to roll under you. Curl into your toes. Take that into downward facing dog. Arms pushing, squeezing in strong, sending the energy up into the hips. Walk those feet forward to the hands. Once the feet come together, make them touch at the big toes, bend the knees and squat. Look forward. Maybe hands are on thighs, maybe hands are on floor. Keep the belly in, try to keep the knees together and equal. Now see if you can hook your left elbow to your right knee, hands into a nice prayer or sandwich position, and turn. Drive that elbow up. Push palm into palm. Try to bring the center of your chest around to your thumbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, fold, let your head hang. Bend your left knee, try to hold your right leg straight if you can. Left hand comes over to the right, reach this right arm up. 1. Even if both knees are bending, that's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming down and coming back to that squat. Big toes touch, inner knees touch. Try to move your ribs in close to your thighs so your belly pulls up. And take right elbow over to left knee, hands to prayer, left elbow up the sky and twist. Thumbs around to the center of your chest. 1, 2, 3. Strong, deep, low, powerful squat. 4, don't rush it. 5. Folding, leg straightening. Bend the right knee so it softens. Left leg strong. Right hand by little toe and left arm up. 1, 2, 3. Coming around to a deepest squat you can take. Then see if you can use that squat just to do an easy rock and roll till you find yourself seated. Hands are going to go behind the hips, fingertips forward towards your bum. Feet hips width, parallel and straight. Pick up your center for reverse table. Let your head go back. 1. Try to drive the glutes up strong and high. 2, 3. Try to have your hips as high as your knees, your ribs as high as your hips. 4, 5. Hips down. Taking the knees and the feet together, and your arms right at the height of your knees and your shoulders right at the height of your knees. 1, leaning back, but lifting your heart center. 2, 3, float the shin bones up to the height of the knees, to the height of the shoulders, to the height of the arms. So everything's equal there. 1, 2, stay here, lower the feet and float them, or try 3 with the legs extended out, knee and shoulder still at same height. 1, 2, 3. Extend the legs all the way out. Take the hands, so your little thumb, kind of drive it to where it tucks under the bum cheeks a little bit. Push the chest forward, squeeze the elbows back. Really send the chest out. Drop into your elbows. Elbows should not be back like this under the shoulders. Elbows should be forward under mid-back. Poke that chest up. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Let the head go for fish. 1, 2. You should feel like you're shifting forward into your hips, getting the ribs up. 3, 4, 5. Lift your head enough to shift and lower down. Once you're down, bend your knees so your feet come up towards your bum. Feet parallel, 2 feet nice and straight, not turned out like duck feet. Knees possibly over the heels. Pick up your bottom. Once your bottom's a little bit up, try to lace your hands together. And then you might lean left to tuck your right shoulder, then you might lean right to tuck your left shoulder. Now really squeeze the arms very strongly together. Push the pinky fingers down. Try to get the hips to rise high. Use your feet, drive them into the floor to get your pelvis up even higher so your legs are strongly pushing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Separate the hands, roll it down nice and slowly. We're going to do that one more time. Let's remember all those things again. So, let the bum lift a little. Let the hands meet under your back, or use a towel spacer. Lean a little left, tuck your right shoulder. Lean a little right, tuck your left shoulder. Squeeze into that upper back. Try to really pinch those shoulder blades towards the center. And then drive these feet down to send those hips up so your chest comes towards your chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lower. Once you're down, draw the knees in with a nice arm wrap. And just pull to the left and pull to the right, creating a little side-to-side rocking and shifting. With the knees tucked in as far to your chest as you possibly can, drop the arms out into that T shape and let the knees fall to the right close to that elbow. 1. You could always gently coax the knees together with right hand. 2. Relax the feet, no tension in the ankles. 3, 4, 5. Inhale back up. I have to shift a little because of my flowered pots. Let the knees fall left, look to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to center. Bring the knees in, one more hug, and this time exhale, bring your head to meet your knees. Hold it. Then send the legs out. Float the arms out. Your legs are apart. Your hands are away from your hips. Hold. 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 One more. And relax down. Just in that shape. Take your resting Shavasana. Take a big inhale in. Hold it momentarily. And then just sigh it out. Maybe roll your head to the left. And maybe roll your head to the right. And then find center. Maybe give the feet a little more shake. And drop down a gear. Slower breathing. More natural breathing. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bending up the knees. Shifting your hips by giving your glutes a little lift. Rolling over to your right side and lifting to seated. Once seated, legs straight. See if you can bring your right foot just past your left knee and tip forward. That's one option. Or see if you can try to tuck that foot all the way up towards your belly. Gentle on that right knee. Your foot should be pretty supported by the weight of your thigh. Now, the lower it goes, the more uncomfortable it can be. But see if you can add a little forward tip. 1, shoulders relaxed, head lifted a little. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot that right leg out. Same thing. If the best you can do is your ankle just past your knee, try to let that knee fall and tip forward. Or if you can bring it halfway up, same thing, but the foot's going to put a little pressure on the thigh. Or if you can bring it all the way up, it's going to be a little more up in your belly, up in the hip pocket, and come forward. 1, shoulders soft, biceps active, head up a little. 2, belly coming in so your navel draws back. Your lowest part of your abdomen should feel scooped up. 3, 4, 5. Now, hi Nana, say hello to Nana. You can sit simply cross-legged, which you should do more often in life in general. Just cross-legged. We're going to sit for 10 breaths. If you want to try one foot tucked up and that other foot under, that gives you a little half lotus. That might be best for beginners. Sit with a good posture that doesn't feel forced, but doesn't feel lazy. Somewhere there in the middle. Hands on knees. You can take your gaze a little forward and down so your eyelids soften a little bit and your eyebrow center space is relaxed. And inhale through your nose. 1. Inhale. 2. Inhale. 3. Inhale. 4. Inhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 9. Exhale. Inhale. 10. Exhale. Hands to heart. Thumbs to third eye. Namaste. Bow forward.